What's good? What's good? What's good out there, y'all? Sunday. Where y'all at? Y'all ready to talk? Shame. Shame Sunday. Pull up and pop me in. Because we gonna talk about it. I'm back again. What's good, everybody? So, we touch y'all up on last week. We just had a little discussion about shame. The difference now than 40 years ago. Times have changed. Let's get that up for y'all. Shame, a painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. Are y'all conscious? Are you conscious? Are you conscious of the shame? Shameful behavior that you are out here exhibiting, that we are perceiving. Because we see you. We see you. Consciousness. Y'all know what that is? It's the state of being awake and aware of one's surroundings, your environment, the awareness or perception of something by a person. Even if you're not conscious, other people are, and they will perceive you how they see fit. Because a person's actions and or a situation that brings a loss of respect. Let's think about that for a minute. I gave y'all the definition of shame, consciousness, perception. Give a shout out. How y'all doing? Knowledge and Relationships is in the building. What he said, get them likes up. Get them likes up. If you pop in for a second, just click that button. It won't hurt you. Don't cost you nothing. I appreciate you. She said, ready to talk about it. Shame. Hey, Jenny. Thank you for popping in, love. Appreciate you. We're going to talk about it today. We'll cover just a couple of subtopics. Sis is in the building. Red Lipsticks Vibes podcast is in the building. It's my sister right there. She said, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button, hit that Cash App. I'm just saying, it would be nice. I like tea. Appreciate that. Jenny. Yes, Cersei's has no redemption, no shame. Child. Shout out to Game of Thrones. Showed you how life was back in the day. It was definitely different. You grew up very aware of what behaviors are shameful. We're kind of steering away from that. This is why we're all discombobulated. Mothers don't want to be mothers no more. It's a shame. Mr. He said is in the building. How you doing, hubby? Much love to you. He says peace to the family and salute to me and the chat. Booty slap that like button. Please do. I'd appreciate it. Slap it. Him versus Her Solutions is in the building. Hello. I appreciate y'all. So last week I kind of touched up on, being a bad mother is not being shamed. You can praise a bad mother nowadays. Like there's really no shame in it. It's like as long as a mother is in the life, she could absolutely be and do nothing with her children and she gets praise. That was shameful when I was coming up. It's not okay. Take care of them children, Miss Shirley. Got them kids running around acting a fool, being disrespectful and carrying on. So, it was a thing. Last week I touched on the lack of modesty and being a feminine woman. You know, back in our day, it was shameful. It was shameful to expose all your body. You were considered a particular type of woman. There was a label for you. Realistic Vibes podcast, and we touched on that on Friday at 11:30. Go check it out if you didn't like it. So with that exposing of the body, I absolutely went into, you know, the explicit dancing in public and twerking and carrying on, just having no discernment for where. There's a time and a place, and every place is not the time. So we touched on that as well. And being a slut. So it kind of led into, you know, the lack of modesty and all this explicit, you know, stuff. Women feeling empowerment from, you know, being sexualizing themselves. We just don't want you men to do it. We could do it to ourselves, though. You still can't look at us like that, though. Shame. Shame. You will be perceived. If you are behaving in a certain manner, acting in a certain manner, speaking in a certain manner, someone's going to perceive you in a certain manner. So if it's slut-like behavior, 304 type behavior, cantankerous behavior, you will be perceived as that. But we don't care. That's the modern woman motto now. I don't care and I don't give a F. Need some damn humility. Him versus her solutions checked in. He says, let's get ratchet on this Sunday. Yeah, we shaming the ratchet. We gonna talk about the ratchet. Y'all know what it is. People act like, you know, it doesn't exist and we are not out here behaving like that. If it don't apply, let it fly. If it touch you, you know, it is what it is. Take it how you want to take it. Yes, Jenny. Loose, classless. Come on now. Don't be popping me in and out, but I'm here. Come on, Jenny. You cooking. Right. Red Lips just popped in. All right. So, you know, I'm going to jump into, man, because we went hard on the sluts on Friday. I'm just saying, y'all might want to go check that out. Oh, I want to talk about this baby mama syndrome we got going on. It was a thing when I was coming up. I'm 45. You know, so you know who out there laying babies, you know, and a lot of women think it won't happen to me. He's going to court me. I'm going to be different. You know, you allow the access, right? We give the access. So, you know, some of us out there being real stupid. Allowing access to people who already have created baby mamas in the community. So I'm going to play y'all a little clip. Ladies out there, you are no different. You are no different. Court, vet for marriage before you decide to bring a child into this world. It is not easy. It is not easy with two parents, let alone one. You really have to think about that. Consider that. And ladies, we really need to start training and teaching our daughters this. You can tell them be independent all they want. Go out there and get your money, girl. But when you start to lay down, make that aware. Make them very aware that in any situation, you can get impregnated. My body, my choice. Their seed, their choice, right? So don't think you are no different. You do not want to end up being a baby mama unless you have a great baby father and you guys can cooperate with raising this child and being in each other's lives for the rest of your lives. We got to do better. It's an epidemic. We need to be conscious and aware and awake of what's going on. It's shameful. These kids need both of us. I am not God. And these kids come up even with a daddy in the house thinking mother is God. And we are not. Sorry, I am not perfect. But they think we are. I'm just keeping it real. We all try to do the best we can, so be conscious. You don't want to be an epidemic. You do not want to be another baby mother.
Will the suspect please take the stand? Mr. Goofy, is it?
Yeah.
Mr. Goofy, is it? Please stand. Let me play it again.
Will the suspect please take the stand? Mr. Goofy, is it?
Yeah.
So she apparently thought she was going to be different than the 3 baby mothers he has prior to her. So, what y'all think about that? Anybody want to pop on in? I'm going to put the link in the chat. Because y'all are awesome. You are no different. Shame. He got 2 baby mothers, even 1. Why put yourself in that situation? Got to be more conscious. Be more conscious, ladies. You give access. You give the access. And then they have no choice in the situation. It's their seed too. Welcome, everybody. Snuggles, welcome. Appreciate you popping in. Let's see who goes up and starts the shenanigans, right? It's shame. Shame. I'm talking about shame today. Some people intend to be this. We're really not teaching, even offering up that knowledge and information. That a man is needed and necessary. A father is needed and necessary. You picked them. Even if it don't work out the way you expected, you picked them. You decided. Your decision, your choice. How are we going to handle it after? Are you going to allow for that other parent to be involved? Are you conscious of what your choices are going to do later? The effect of your choices later? They're not always what we expect them to be. Thanks, Jenny. We all think we have something in us that makes us the exception instead of focusing on being exceptional in life. Ooh, bars. Thank you. Absolutely. You are no different. We got to make better choices. Baby mama syndrome. You want to have children, you should prefer to be a wife, to have someone else to assist in that raising of that child. 2 different perspectives and 2 different minds, 2 different types of nurturing, because we're not going to do it the same. Got to think about that. If you didn't have it, if you didn't have that other parent around, how did it affect you? Why would you want to repeat that cycle? So the consciousness is very important for us to know what's shameful and what's not. Snuggles always come in. Go to He Said, She Said, Love and Abundance page, Harris Tribe Media Group. We did a whole show about polygamy, polyamory, monogamous, monogamy relationships. Great show. We definitely gonna have to do that topic again. But today, we talking about shame. That's today. And that's nothing to be shameful about. So it's not a hard topic for us to discuss either. So absolutely go please check that out on our other page. A lot of us suffer from BMS, baby mama syndrome. Yeah, in a lot of our communities, it's praised. It's a thing, it's something to aspire to, which is where I want to be pointing this out because it's shameful. It's shameful. Us telling our daughters to go out there and be baby mamas, get them checks, get that child support and all of that. If you are one of them, I am talking to you, directly to you. Go straight to jail. Don't pass go. You cannot collect your $200. Shame. Because you were strong and you did it by yourself and you proud of it. Shit was hard. You want them to go through that too? It's unfair. Tell them it ain't easy. It's a lot of work. Snuggles asked the question, why do you not like being a housewife in your community? I don't know. It's a lot of work. That's the answer. But I've been a housewife. My community has always been geared towards that traditional lifestyle. My husband, I'm honored to be able to do that, be that, and be successful. Managing your time is very important and it's hard. So this is why a lot of women don't choose to be a housewife. It's very hard work and you don't get a check at the end of the week and you got to wait for gratitude and appreciation. And sometimes you don't get it, but you still got to push through and continue working just as hard as you did the day before. That's hard. So it's probably one of the hardest jobs that you can possibly have with no monetary, compensation, but money is not everything to me personally. Society says I need it. And we, success is in how much money you have in your bank account and what's not, but I don't personally move like that. What I have chosen to move with my family is something that I didn't have, something that I wanted. So I worked hard to keep it, and it's hard work. So I think that's why women are not choosing to be housewives. It's hard to pick a good leader, especially if you don't know the good characteristics and it's not told to you. You haven't seen it, So we picking hobosexuals and whatnot, and that's that. Anybody want to join me? Snuggles is in the building. I appreciate you. Got all the questions. Baby mamas and whatnot. So that's, let's do better. Some training. I got a video for y'all. I want to know what y'all think about this, because to aspire to be a baby mother may have a mentality of aspiring to, collect assistance, get a due for child support or whatever. It's absolutely a mentality. We're not going to sit here and act like it's not. Oh, I got my sister in the building. I'm going to bring her up. Red Lipsticks Vibes Podcast. Appreciate you, love. Join today. Yes, happy Sunday. We got to get on here before we start that dinner.
Okay.
Dinner for the family. Even the ones I don't want to cook for, I'm cooking for still because I love them. They got to eat.
Exactly. Okay. That brings me joy, baby. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's important. But yeah, Miss Ty gonna start having some sessions, right?
Yeah.
Right, Miss Ty, some training classes and whatnot. Trying to different mindset.
These poor children don't know how to cook.
No. I mean, and it's understandable if you come from a home where, it really wasn't like taught or trained, but just be willing to learn.
Yeah, you have to be willing to learn.
Be willing to learn. And that's
Mhm.
hard. And I think us ladies are challenged with that.
Mhm.
You know, some men we don't want to learn from.
Exactly. Yeah.
We don't want to learn from them. You know, so the resistance is there. Find somebody you want to learn from.
Exactly.
So
Hey, wait. That was one of the 7 B's, huh? That was part of one of the 7 B's.
nobody should have to handle you. You know,
Yeah.
so you're doing the vetting too. So
Exactly.
be conscious.
Mhm.
Go look on my page. I put up some characteristics of green flags. We always talk about the red flags. I always hear the lady talk about all the red flags, but what are the green flags?
Mm.
Go check my page out, Instagram, Nikki underscore Mrs.SheSaid. It's
I'm
up
gonna
there.
find the link and put it in the chat.
Word, I appreciate it. All right, I want to know what y'all think about this song. You know, because I think our music nowadays, you know, the ratchet side of TV that shows the ratchet side of us brown folk, because we ain't all like that, and we all don't behave like that, and we don't run our homes like that.
Mhm.
So, when you see certain things, you wonder if this is causing. We're easily influenced. We're human beings. And I think us ladies, even earlier, we're a little more easily influenced. I'll be the first to admit it. So, what y'all think about this song here? Check it out.
How can I get
Which nigga started
EBT?
take the EBT card? Where y'all get that Patron last time?
Public service announcement. This is where the taxpayer money goes.
But all you have to
My ears are bleeding.
Shame.
My ears are bleeding.
Shame. Just being a mother, my child being an artist, and come say, "Ma, check this song out." We don't. What you think, Miss Ty? My ears is bleeding.
My ears bleeding. I have no words. But I mean, that's the world we living in right now,
I
unfortunately.
just heard that the other day, and I'm like, that gotta be. I thought it was just like some, but that's a real song.
Oh no, that's their mental. I'm telling you. When I hear people like, oh, we got like that conversation yesterday, I was so mad, but that's a whole nother podcast. Literally, this is what these young women are thinking.
And that's not even the whole song. And she said, all you got to do
don't you play that no more. I can't take it.
Yeah, no, 1 minute. 1 minute and a couple of seconds.
These girls, they want, yeah, Jesus. Okay. Go ahead, sis. I can't.
Is it, I mean, do they believe it? Because we have artists who, hardcore rappers, and
Yes, they believe it because they live in it.
Promote
these girls out on the street, they live in, that's how they, that's why they have
we here. I mean, I see it. We see
it every day. Like, come on, you see it on the TV, you see it on the street. Miss me with that, excuse my language, fucking idea. Oh, I'm naive. No, you're not. You just closing your eyes and putting no dark shades on what's really going on out here. Miss me with that. You choose not to acknowledge the foolery that's happening to our young ladies. You choose not to do it. Miss me with that. I just don't know.
Right.
It's everywhere. It's on the TV, on the news, in the music. Everywhere. You do not live in a bubble, so stop that shit. Oh God, forgive me. It's Sunday. Yeah. Okay. All right, go ahead, sis.
It's needed. It's needed in that same Sunday. We can cuss on Sunday here. We can play that. I grew up when the pastors was drinking and getting drunk on Saturday night and going to church preach on Sunday. So please miss me with that. Yes, it's real out here. The music is I just think about the parents behind the music. If I know my child's an artist, I know they're an influencer, they're doing this and that, but do we not say enough is enough, or this is too much?
Get it from the mama. They get it from their mama. What you
I
think
can't
the
believe we
project,
out here
the hood is
firing,
full of?
send them,
The
send them
hood is
out.
full of white and black. It's
Mhm.
not just the black, it's the white ones too. The trailer
Oh,
park is
absolutely.
full of generational EBT holders.
Oh, we lived in their community for 8 years, 97%. And yeah, absolutely. They have their ghettos and they just as hood and they are just as dependent on the social service system as well as us. So this is not just a jab at our black sisters, but I care about us more than I care about them.
Exactly. That's why we
Hey,
talk about the
be more
black
freaking
woman.
conscious of this shit. It's not okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
I never
don't get
wanted
what
any of my children to be a teen parent, period. So we set so much consciousness in their minds so it doesn't happen. And thank God it hasn't happened. You really have to talk to these kids. They don't want to be talked to. They don't want to be preached to. It really gets to a point where they're like, at a certain age, but freak that. Freak that. Because when they freak up, who gonna help them? We
Facts.
are, because we're their parents. And that's our job. You fall, I'm there to pick you up. You hurt, I'm there to kiss your boo-boo. It doesn't change as we get older. Stop taking away our job. Shit is shameful. We need to point it out. It's not okay. Close your legs, put your shirt on, whatever it is. Y'all have a right. We need to take our right back. As you fall down, we there to pick you up. EBT song. Stop at the red light and twerk. And grown women out here doing it. Y'all think that's cute?
Grown women, sis. Not teenagers, not 20-year-olds, 30, 40, 50-year-olds out there doing that.
Doing it, shaking it and twisting it. Welcome, welcome, Alonzo Hall. We appreciate you popping in. What y'all think about this? New folks in, y'all seen the EBT song?
Eating better today card. That's what they live for. The eating better today card. But the sad part about it, what you gonna do when the government snap down on that? Because they're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna do it. They gonna stop all that. So what you gonna do then? You and your 5 kids and 19 baby daddies, and 8 of them in jail. What you gonna do then?
We're still the minority in this country, so their people get a lot of assistance. So they take it from us, they got to take it from them too. And the Jews get the most. I'm just saying. New York City, shout out to y'all. They get to walk around with shotguns in their street. You know, they get to, you know. Mm-hmm. So Snuggles, this is a good question. How was shame taken out of our households? Propaganda.
Yeah.
Feminism.
Number one.
You know, the media, magazines, women having the illusion of this lifestyle that these white women were, you know, delivering to us from these magazines and television, and we wanted it. We wanted it. But they were going home to their husbands. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It was just real. Mm-hmm. It was to destroy our family dynamic. And it happened in my family. I watched it. My mother told me stories about the system. So it's real. Whether you believe it, it didn't affect you directly or it didn't happen to you. It happened to me. It happened to my mama. That's three generations already. They tried to do it to hubby and I. No lie. So propaganda, media, you know, it really has a lot to do with us. Like I said, again, we are easily influenced. You know, women didn't started to begin to shame the double standards. You know, men are allowed to do this and we are not allowed to do that and not a lot of lie. It's a lot of consequences to us trying to behave like men. So many more consequences. It's a lack of understanding. What you think about that, sis? If you want to come on, you have to show me who you are before I let you into my stream. How you doing? All right, I appreciate that. We're gonna welcome up Sir Alonzo Hall. How are you today on this
Hello,
Sunday?
ladies. I
Hello.
am doing excellent. I appreciate this perspective. This is really kind of my first time stumbling, I guess, upon you guys.
Oh, I
Um,
appreciate you coming in, then, sir.
Welcome.
Welcome.
no problem. Usually I hear a lot of stuff from, the men's side of things.
Mhm.
And I feel there's, as a man, there's a lot of correction that needs to be done on our side too.
Absolutely, I
Um,
appreciate that.
and for example, when I first came across this, if I may, the first person I consumed was, rest in peace, Mr. Samuels.
Mhm.
The second portion of content, and this I just fell upon this in the pandemic, like April of 2020. And the next piece of content I started to consume was the pink pill, because I wanted to see what our women had going on and why they felt the way they did.
Mhm.
And a lot of it, like you said, definitely comes from often, the white women and their, they were going back to their husbands. I look at like my mother. She dated exclusively white guys when I was a kid. And now I live in a current high-rise building around the corner from Yale University, where when my mother in the 90s was making decent money for herself, over
Mhm.
100 grand, and there was a black guy there who was a Yale professor.
Mhm.
And she said, "Oh, he's lame and corny." And the white guy that she dated, who was a car salesman, who makes now 2022 what the Yale professor did in 1996, and he's a F&I manager at a car dealership. Yeah, she's like, well, yeah, he was kind of corny too, but I was like, he was 10 times cornier than the black guy.
Mhm.
But it was, I don't know what that made her think he was, his swag was there or what have you. And I think just as black men, we have to start stepping in and holding each other accountable,
Mhm.
because we as black men try to use our women as concubines. And what I mean by that is we don't seem to have, like you said, the small hat community in New York City has their own yeshivas. They have their own police force with their language drawn on the police cars in the colors of the New York Police Department. We don't have that in our neighborhoods.
Mhm.
We don't have that kind of clout or control of things. So our conquest, our I'm a man, is how many unfortunate women we can sleep with. And then we do damage to you and expect you to ride or die with us. Let me flip your tax return, girl.
Mhm.
So how am I supposed to, as a man, and I'm a businessman, when I go into these boardrooms, I'm suit and tie, Burberry, everything. They look at me, oh, here's another Glocktavius. He's one of a few who's going to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's kick him out of the boardroom, and we'll take all his women, because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be hypergamous as a woman. My job as a man is to protect and provide. Now, that doesn't just mean money. That means, hey, I put you in a neighborhood that you ain't got to worry about somebody coming and knocking you over the head, because your police force is written in your language. But again, I'm sorry for just going. I thank you so much.
I appreciate it. I mean, you speaking
It's a
truth, so
refreshing breath.
I'm not mad at the truth.
Yeah, he's speaking facts. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I even go as far 2008, 3 days before Mother's Day, I got shot 5 times in front of my mother in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Goodness gracious. God bless your soul.
Thank you. Now, here's the problem. Everybody's telling me, oh, well, you should be 25 cents. I sell insurance, right? It's boring. But that's what I went into, to actually educate folks about, the future of this stuff, how we can help ourselves. And it's
And that
crazy
is the
how
way.
many brothers I hear. Sorry?
No, I said, and that is the way. Insurance.
But it's so crazy how many brothers. I heard a brother who I was sitting with, and I was like, so because people think of insurance as a death benefit, I
Mhm.
tell them to do this: go to Google and Google high yield savings account. You will find the highest yield savings account or money market account is Marcus Millichap, which is Goldman Sachs.
Mhm.
They give you a 0.5% APY, annual percentage yield. So what that means is if you put your $100, because this is what we learned in the Black community, put $100 with Goldman Sachs so it can stay there for a year because I got a money market account. Well, you're earning 50 cents a year off of that $100. Meanwhile, we listen to Dave Ramsey, who says buy a term insurance policy, invest the difference. First of all, the minimum investment is $10,000, which is $834 a month. Most people can't afford. But a cash value life insurance, that same high yield interest bank account with Marcus Millichap,
Mhm.
there's something called IRC, Internal Revenue Code 7702. So life insurance grows at a monthly compound interest rate of minimum 2%. So I'll ask you, would you rather put $100 with Goldman Sachs to earn 50 cents a year, or $100 with State Farm and earn $2 a month on your $100?
Mm.
Well, we can't even get taught this because everybody right now is, hey, the white guys are doing crypto and all these investments, but they have the liquidity to do so.
Right.
We need to start with our foundation and just making sure
We
we
need
take care
to-
of home. Oh, did I freeze? I'm sorry.
There's a lot of us who don't have that knowledge, and with knowledge is power, and with power is freedom. So, we need that. So that would be great. I appreciate you coming on and sharing that information because a lot of people lack that knowledge. That insurance is important. People spend $10,000-$15,000 to bury a loved one. Like, really?
Average
Really?
funeral is 21 grand.
Man, cremation, 1,500. I got you sitting right over here in the window. I love you. When I get a chance, plant a tree and some land, then I'll do that. But till then, you'll be with us rocking along. I'll probably have a whole bunch of other souls in that box too. I'm just saying.
Dust to dust.
Yeah.
Well,
I come
thank you.
from, New York City, like I said, I mentioned, and I've watched men hold each other accountable all my life from us being little kids. And I have to say, being 45, the young men who, of course, everybody goes through their growth changes, their teenage years, their criminal years, or whatever the case may be. These dudes really changed their lives around. They pulled their pants up. They went and got educated. They got off the street. They married their women, their fathers. Some of them are single fathers raising their children. So I've watched a lot of men in abundance make that change because we shamed them. We told them to their face, you ain't shit. Pull your pants up, get a goddamn job. Men have always been held responsible. We have always tried to hold men accountable, even through our music. You know what I mean? So I think women, we have coddled, and, KS was such a shock because a lot of us did not grow up with that. We didn't grow up with older brothers checking us, uncles who kept us in check, let alone fathers or grandfathers. So I would have to say the men now and the modern men now, they've been raised by women. This is why they act the way they act. They behave the way they behave, and they're leaving children with, you understand what I'm saying? This is why it's happening, because there's been no men in the home. So how can we keep blaming the men when they weren't there? That's one problem, but there was a other person there raising them, which was the mother or the grandmother or the aunties. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm here. I'm pro-man. I'm absolutely pro-man. It doesn't mean I hate women. I hate myself or nothing, but I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing my brothers get beat up on. They don't have a safe haven. When we go to the hospital and something's wrong with the child, they look at me and ask me, do I feel safe at home? With my husband sitting right there, they don't ever ask him if he feels safe at home. And it was one time I said to the nurse, why aren't you asking him? Because I know a lot of husbands who get beat up on. Cantankerous ass women. You understand what I'm saying?
I had a situation like that. A woman came to my door.
They out here. I had to put a couple down before. Don't act like that in front of me around my family. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just like a man watching, my brothers watch some man put his hands on me around them. No, it's not happening. Unacceptable. But it exists, and men don't have that outlet. They don't have homeless shelters to help them when they're in need. So, this platform, I'm shaming the women because it's getting ridiculous now. Children are out of control. These young girls are half naked. And then, because back in our day, we used to be like, the way you dress, it shouldn't get you, it's not a reason, or, all of that. Yeah. You're exposing too much. You're giving them ideas. Not every man has that much discipline. And if they want it, they take it. And it's always been like that since the beginning of time. Women, we have just been protected with the police and the security, and somebody's always going to come save us and help us, even when we don't have a husband. So now we get to do whatever we want, whenever we want, talk to men any kind of way, and ain't nobody going to punch you in your face. This is where we at now. And now the police are beating us down, dragging us out of cars and shooting us. Right?
Yeah.
This is what's happening. Us women are acting like we have no self-control. And it's a shame. It's a damn shame. Because you can lose your life by putting yourself in a situation.
That's right.
In a situation. Because we put ourselves there and act all gullible and naive and nonchalant like they didn't. You knew that nigga had 2 baby mothers already. You thought you was going to be different? He... So, I'm not excusing all the naivety and for grown women to sit up here. I was a child. I was 20. No, that's not a child. You're grown. 18 is grown. Okay. You can go to the military and kill people. You grown. 18. You get to sign all documents on your own. 18. You make your own decisions. You are grown now. That's what society said. Even 17.8 months is grown. Because you can go to the military.
That's right.
We going off of that. I'm not going to keep accepting that. 14, 15, 16, yes. Young, possibly naive, possibly gullible, but you still put yourself in that position. And our mothers are to blame. Because they didn't teach us. They didn't teach us the good flags, the good flags, the good flags. There are some to find good characteristics in boys and teens and men. Good ones. Taught them all the bad ones. It's the only thing they're looking for. It's exciting. And us girls, we like exciting and sparkly things with unicorns and shit.
Yes, indeed.
It's sparkled at me.
Ladies, for letting me come up. I'm a hop down and watch from the clouds. Again, thank you for the fresh perspective of air. Usually there is just, as soon as you mention KS, it's a bomb. And I just appreciate you ladies for this.
Come back anytime. And again, hit us up in the back. We would definitely like to have you up and we can talk about some insurance information because we need it. We need the knowledge. And if they don't know and we got somebody to share and you're on that end of sharing, we appreciate it because we can all come up.
Sure. I'll put my website in the back chat, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're welcome to come up anytime. We're on Thursdays, Mondays, Wednesdays. Put that notification button on. Somebody popping on it sometime.
I'm going to hit that button. Thank y'all again. Salute.
Take care. Oh, man. That was a pleasant surprise. Yeah. I kind of went on a little bit, sis. You all right over there?
I know. You got you preaching, teaching on this Sunday. Okay, go ahead, girl.
Yeah. My mama tried to teach me. All the women I was around, my sisters I grew up with, like we tried to teach each other. And we were the last generation of holding each other accountable. You know what I mean? Because if one of our friends was doing too much, we definitely was like, yo, you doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Nah, girl, you're not wearing that with me, baby.
Yo, y'all know who y'all are. Like, it was just a different thing. We didn't, intentionally try to take people's mans, and we protected each other at parties. We didn't allow one to leave without the other. Drunk and intoxicated, and
that was real sisterhood then. I don't know what this is now, child. I don't know what they talking about.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, I might have another video up in here. Let me see what I got. Still getting rid of my congestion.
Don't make my ears bleed with that EBT thing now. Don't.
I know I'm not. We were talking about the men being held accountable. I got a cute little video. I really enjoyed this. It reminded me a little bit of my brothers growing up. So y'all check this
Lil
out.
bro sound like he work about 2 jobs and go to school. He on big boy a hash.
I didn't even eat my. Why would you even chop up the first one? I chopped it up for us to taste. You already know what hot dogs taste like. That's the whole hot dog wasted. They eating hot dogs since you was 1. You still don't know how hot dogs taste. You just ate one yesterday. 2 days ago. You ate one 2 days ago, and now you don't know how hot dogs taste. The whole point of us having hot dogs was for you to get 2 whole ones, and for me to get 2 whole ones. Or since there were 6 in the pack, you get 2, I get 2. One. So I didn't eat mine for bread. He gets 1. Why you gotta yell? I didn't even eat mine with bread, that's why. You don't have to eat it with bread. You can shut up with your stanky feet and your short old shorts.
Wow, he sound like somebody's granddaddy. Oh Lord.
You wasted money. You know, that's kind of house you grew up in. Hey, it's kind of house you grew up in. It's like you be wasting money. You know, it's enough for 2 for you, 2 for me. And you know, if we it's not even now.
Yeah, he was not having it.
And what does Big Brother do? He want to insult him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he know he's wrong. Like you don't know what hot dogs taste like. You acting like you don't know what hot dogs taste like. I thought that was so cute. Oh my goodness.
Lord have mercy.
All right. So me and sis, we always we trying to break what this sister code thing is, right? Because you know, it's not like it was when we was growing up. So this is a video of a situation going wrong, you know, making a bet. So let's see, it's 1 minute and 40 seconds. It's gonna be interesting. So check it out.
Hey, so Allie's not gonna be here tonight. Do you want to come over and hang out for a little bit?
No.
Damn. I mean, like, come on, Allie's not gonna be here. I mean, we can hang out without Allie. You know what I'm saying?
That's literally exactly why I'm saying no.
That makes sense. But just, I mean, we can like watch Netflix. We can like hang out, cuddle. I mean, I've seen the way you look at me. You've seen the way I look at you, and like we brush each other. Like, don't act brand new right now. Like, this is going to be like the only night. Like, the only night. I'm calling you trying to be straight up. You know what I mean?
No.
Damn. Hey, I'll cook for you. I don't know. Just one night. Just one night. I'm sure you can get over. I know. I get it. She's your sister. One night.
Well, what time is she getting back?
Probably around midnight or something. But we can get you gone. We can get you gone from I didn't expect there to be a yes, but so yes, you will.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Come over in 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
right.
okay, yes?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Are you kidding me right now? I'm
no.
with you.
Me? Hey, run me my money. Run me my money.
Her.
So you don't play them games. You play them games with your husband. Or your sister. It was a bet.
I don't
It was a bet.
Sis.
But she was knowing. You heard her no. You don't understand what I'm saying?
No, wait, sis. No, I cannot. I cannot.
That was
you see how she just like slide, just gave, okay, I'll be there in
20 minutes. Last minute type shit. Because I know the sister was feeling the, no, right? Instantly, you know what I mean? Didn't know again.
Forget the bet.
And it's like,
this hoe just said, yeah.
Just come over in 20 minutes. And she said, okay. Ooh.
Sis. Child.
Ooh. Thank you, Mama, for not giving me any sisters.
Okay.
We both would be married to my husband right now. We're not even going to play them games.
I am the only princess up in this piece. Okay. Girl.
We don't do that. And this is the problem with a lot of women.
Child, we is not living in West Virginia. The hill has eyes.
But then how she got mad at him? She got mad at him. She got mad at him. It was a bet. You wanted to bet me. Or whoever did the bet. You agreed to it. I'd be like, I ain't doing that. I'm not going to put my sister in a situation like that. And I'm not going to put you in a situation like that.
Sis. I'm not even like mad at the bet situation. Mm-hmm. I'm just looking at the fact that this whole said yeah.
Yeah. You married him. It must be good. Shit. When he talking about one time, he says it's only gonna be one time.
Child,
hey, I don't know. We have no sisters out there.
I don't know. Maybe they like sharing and stuff. I don't know, child, what these children be doing around here. They be doing some new stuff around here, sharing and swapping and all that kind of. Girl, please. I cannot.
Hubby's side of that has always been interesting. Why wouldn't I want a different version of you? Your sister is just a different version of you, especially if y'all look alike, same body.
Who said that? He said that?
Absolutely. We talk about it all the time. I used to be like, "Gotcha, I need a twin." Like the sister wife thing. I've never been like against it. It's just our mindset, the training in our minds have brought us here. So of course, growing up insecure as a woman, minds. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's just a whole different mindset.
I ain't trying to do no families. You got to be outside the family, baby.
And it doesn't mean that I like it. That's what people don't, I don't know. Yeah. No, I mean, I would prefer shit. My sister, bitch, you out there looking for a husband? You want to get this husband together? Shoot. Look, just because we say that, let me show you something real quick.
So don't be trying. You trying to traumatize me today?
Look, this would be great. Watch.
Babe, dinner's ready.
Okay.
Ricky, can you sit next to me?
Yeah.
Are you guys seriously doing this again? Okay, babe, I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Oh my gosh! Can I get my husband, please?
We're both your husbands.
Stop!
What? Sis, I need you to stop trying. You trying to traumatize me on this fun day.
Shout out to the twins, Ricky. Oh, I love them. They look just alike. You know what I mean? Like, two of my husbands. Child, a dream. What are you talking about? And they both love and adore and want me? Shit. Crazy.
No, thank you.
Whew. But we here.
I'm shaming you right now, sis. What?
No, that was cute though. I thought they was funny playing them tricks, but imagine, you know what I mean? Like they could easily swap and you wouldn't know. Totally identical. Like, it's crazy. Where the identical twins at? Y'all willing to marry one husband? That's something.
That's like, well, I don't know. What's that thing that showed on Friday with the lady had the husband, and then the husband had a boyfriend and he proposed to the boy. So she said she has a husband and a fiance.
Oh yeah.
Child, get out of here.
I think I had that too. Damn.
I have a husband and 5 boyfriends, and once a month we all get together. They put their names on the calendars because I don't want any
Wait,
fighting.
she said 5 boys.
What's wrong with
Oh,
that?
God.
Wait, what?
What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with
I mean,
you brought up the Bible.
What's
You brought
wrong
up
with
your.
that?
He said, what's wrong with that? Yeah, something's wrong with that.
A husband and 5 boyfriends.
1 husband and 5 boyfriends.
You a hoe. I don't care what you say.
Oh.
And you probably got a whole tunnel for a kitty. Cookie look like a whole daggone pan of burnt brownies or something.
Ooh, child. That's too much. That's just too much. Come on, we out here.
Yeah, they out here doing that kind of stuff, baby.
It's
Yeah.
going down.
Sexual liberation, baby. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, they liberated. They liberated, girl. They can do what they want to do with their bodies and stuff. Whole train, that's okay. Let me wait till that virus 9N73 get a hold of you. Anyway, next case.
Flabbergasted. He did. Yeah, our consciousness is out of warped. It's warped. You don't know right from wrong. Act like we had no home training. That's that. That's a thing. Home training. Y'all act like y'all ain't had no home training. I get it if you haven't.
No home training. They just
nasty home, men coming in and out. So imagine the boys seeing that. They think that's okay. This is what you're supposed to do to women. That's what I was trying to tell. What was that? Mr. Alonzo? Model as a man. No blueprint. So, I got a video. Sis. We always talking about not vetting to marry.
Yeah.
So it's a thing, and our girls are suffering. Our women, the ones who want that later, are not realizing that later it's gonna be more difficult later. It's a thing. The bodies, right? We always talk about that. Body count. You out here just doing too much, giving away too much.
Mm-hmm.
And act like a man is not supposed to shame you because you've been doing too much. It is a different standard. It is. We didn't make it, but we living in it every day. Like I said, it's different consequences for us. So I'm about to show y'all a video. I'm just going to give you a little, background on this. This man is married to his wife. He loves her to death. He had to call his mother, her mother, not his mother. He called her mother because she wasn't handling her duties as a wife. Taking care of him, nurturing him, nourishing him. That's what happened.
I told my mother-in-law that my wife hasn't been cooking every day, and now she has her in the kitchen.
Right. She getting trained on how to make lemonade. Stir it good, man. Let you get on in there. Get on in there. Stir it.
He had to call her mama.
Well, if he right, I would have did the same thing too. Hot mess.
Mm-hmm. But that's good. He had to call her mama, not his mama. Her mama.
Yeah, hers. Let her mama check her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was right. I agree with that.
Good man. Her mama, that's a good man, girl. You better get it together.
Mm-hmm.
How's she that big and she ain't cooking?
Child eating junk. That's why.
Shame.
Processed foods.
You got a husband. You better feed him.
Right.
It's important. Especially if you're home. Especially if you're home.
Child, these women are lazy. They're lazy.
You choose him. He actually gets on the knee and chooses you, and then you relieve yourself of all the duties. Wait a minute. That's crazy. All the duties. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I don't want to suck no ding-a-ling. What's going on?
Yes, Jesus, I cannot take it. You.
What the freak is going on? I'm confused. Girl, it was first come love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage.
They done mixed
and then singing other horrible lullabies like falling off a damn tree and shit, but that's a whole nother story.
Yes.
Right? I mean, and I remember, just all of that courting as a young teenager, like it was so important. It was so important to pick the right guy or whatever. And when you finally get that guy, you neglect everything you signed on for. I'm confused. Shame. Takes a lot to choose a woman to marry. We out here acting the way we act. So when he finds you and he says, I want you, bitch, play a role. Ask him what he need. Find out what he need and try to give it. It's hard out here. Shit is crazy. We're really confused. Mothers is amazing.
Child, look.
My kids don't want no kids. You don't want no kids. You want kids? Please marry.
Right.
Please marry.
Mm-hmm.
This is hard. You know how many times we had those conversations with our kids?
Right. Oh, I think you're frozen, sis.
Mm-hmm. They're going to keep, come on now, StreamYard. I'm playing with me.
Where is the oil? Let me go find oil.
Right.
For this StreamYard.
We're
lay hands on the StreamYard.
Praise so much. Our girls are aspiring to that.
Exactly.
It looks shiny. I took care of my own. I had to do it all on my own. Well, my mother say that she's not saying that like a proud moment. That's not a proud moment for her.
Exactly.
She's not proud in that. She absolutely will look back and be like, you know what? I vetted wrong, but I was a child vetting. I didn't know. I was picked in protection. It's different. Had nothing to do with love. But children came out of it. But her consciousness said, I can't be here. I'm not going to do this. However it turned out later. Consciousness. There's no shame, but she definitely made it known it was not easy. I wouldn't choose that for you.
Mm-hmm.
So vet properly, especially if you want to have some kids.
Exactly.
Gonna do this on your own? Bitch, you crazy.
This is not
social services and all that. Because they know. Come on, y'all know it's so much intricate things to social services, the working. You're controlled. Mm-hmm. That's your husband.
That's your husband.
Daddy.
Sis. Yep.
Get this, you got to give. Mm-hmm. They're gonna make you do a work program. They're gonna have you do some stuff. You're limited. And it's still not enough. That's the thing. It's still not enough.
Still not enough.
So when you want to go get a job, here you go. You try to do better, but then they're going to deplete what they were giving to you. Come on now, sis. Come on.
Yep.
Shame.
Mm-hmm.
Vet to be a wife, not a baby mother.
It's a badge of honor to be a baby mother now, baby.
Yeah.
That's what they're aspiring to be, baby mamas now. They don't care about being a wife.
Tell them to come check over here. I shame them.
It's too hard to be a wife.
It's too hard to be a mother by yourself. This is what the delusion men are talking about, sis.
Exactly.
This is what the delusion the men are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it being hard being a wife. It's hard being a mother.
It's hard being a mother.
It's hard being a mother with a husband and a father right there doing all the same that you do. It's hard with two of us. Can imagine how hard it is with one.
Mm-hmm.
Family only gonna be there for a time in the season. Everybody's not that dependable. You're waiting too long. You done gave yourself and gave so much to other men that weren't your husband that you're drained by the time your husband chooses you, right? To a degree. I hear that a lot. I done did that. Yeah, you did it when you was 18, 19, and 20. Like, you didn't have no discernment. Don't make the new men pay for the young, naive decisions you made because they were being who they are.
Mm-hmm.
When you consciously make the decision to stay and deal, you can't blame them. We all traumatized. We use that as an excuse.
Every time.
Traumatized. And my boundaries were set very young. So when you start to step into those and disrespect those, I'm out. Everybody don't have that. But y'all come on over here. We talking some stuff. We trying to change the dynamic in our communities because it's a damn shame. These kids have no respect and they demand it. They have no respect for anybody, but they demand respect and understanding. What type of shit is that?
Entitlement.
Even the poor ones, the poor, stupid ones ain't got no education. They still entitled and privileged. And I expect this and expect that. Please go to work. Work harder. Nobody cares.
Right.
That's what they think. They think everybody cares. Nobody really cares.
Exactly.
Work harder.
Work harder.
Have a plan. All this I don't know shit. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Not in this day and age. Come on now. It's unacceptable. You do know. I'm gonna hear that.
Yep.
But we know how it is since we did a show on that. Why women just refuse to take accountability. They just don't want to do it.
What you think about this right here?
Oh Lord, okay.
just the ban I put up: a person's actions or situations that bring a loss of respect and honor. They don't think anything they do is can lose respect for them, for themselves.
Like the Bible says, they're going to think that, it's everything's going to be reversed. Wrong is right and right is wrong.
All right. I'm about to play something for you. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm gonna turn my camera off too. All right, y'all ready? Check this out. Shane.
As y'all know, you can't really plan when you get your period, and I was actually on my period at Electric Forest. And I wasn't gonna let my period stop me from wearing what I wanted to, and I don't think anybody should have that. And yes, we did some product promotion.
You know what? I just, oh my God.
Yeah. What you think about that?
I just, yeah. Like, I can't even get my words out right now.
She said, I was at a concert 3 days in on my period, but who cares?
So you decide the way the period draws on the outside?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I think in all religions, when a woman is on her menstrual, this is the most
right. Thank you.
That you are. But we wear our panties outside with the pad. Like, that's woman empowerment. Sis, is that women empowerment?
That's what they say, baby.
Women liberation?
That is like the nastiest thing ever, first of all. And I say this all the time, and people just laugh when I see this. I literally look outside sometimes just to see if the fire and brimstone is coming from the sky.
I mean,
because I swear, I just truly think that we are Sodom and Gomorrah in 2020.
The new day. I wouldn't disagree.
I'm looking for the fire and brimstones coming from the sky.
I mean, if it don't change to some degree, imagine where we'll be in 10 years.
Baby.
I mean, we already seem to have no respect for just heterosexual people,
None.
married people. You know, it's like y'all, like y'all do that. You know what I mean? Like it's shamed now. The dynamics have changed.
Oh my God, I have no words.
Well, we on this
right
side of
now.
marriage. I mean, we ain't having it. I said we ain't having it.
Oh my God, I can't.
Damn shame.
I mean,
Welcome, Sir Hale. Sir Hale is in the building.
I mean, you know, we hear a lot of people, you know, the conspiracy theorists say we living in a simulation. Well, they need to change this simulation because I'm like over it. If we all living in the Matrix, they need to change the storyline or something because this is crazy.
I mean, that's why they say, you know, you got to unplug. It's us. We have to unplug the consciousness. And our consciousness is so distorted. We're not awake. We're not aware.
Can we hit a reset button or something?
I mean, you know.
Can we find a reset button?
You know, the swiping technique, you know, all of that is an addiction now. Our children are growing up, you know, from 2 and 3 now, not only with the sugar addiction, but the swiping, the needing to be seen and the likes. That's something. I can imagine the mindset of these
craving for attention. Now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This let me do something to go viral.
What was you about to say, sis?
Anything to go viral.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Because it's possible. It's possible. So I can aspire, you know what I mean? Like one shot. All I need is one. And I'm blowing up. They all gonna want to talk to me. And that's the mindset, I swear, over the last 15, 20 years, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jenny chimed in. She said, honor, humility, submission, courting, duty, chastity are all cuss words.
Yes.
She said, and
that's like kryptonite, Jenny.
Yes.
That's like kryptonite. They run from that.
Me. Because he deserve it. It's natural. It comes natural to me. It's not something I have to try to be. We definitely not raising our girls to be wives. It's not something they're aspiring to. We're not making it look like it's a good thing. Or there's pros in it or nothing. So it's on us to really change the dynamic. Us married women, us women who want to be married, us women who missed out on the opportunity of being married and it's something that they wanted. Praise that.
Exactly.
Tell them to aspire to that. Tell them the what not to do's because we've done it. We've been a hoe. You've been out there. You've been running around. We did all the hustling. Tell them to choose different. Pick differently.
Exactly.
Good flag. Sis.
And sis, in order to do that, you have to discuss what's wrong. Miss me with people talking about, we always focusing on what's wrong. Let's talk about what's right. Ain't nothing right.
Right. Ain't nothing right.
We need to address what's wrong in order to make it right.
Yeah. And they need to see it. Their consciousness needs to see that their behavior is wrong.
Right. The first thing of change, you must acknowledge and see what is wrong. How can you change something that you don't even know what you're changing? That's why we talk about it. In order to implement change, you must acknowledge that it's something wrong.
You've got a problem.
Okay, I'm mad. Okay, go ahead.
And it's true. I'm definitely not sitting here acting like I'm perfect. I've absolutely had to check myself, reflect on my behavior, and adjust accordingly. Absolutely. So, you know, product still getting there. But I would say my report card has gotten much better.
And that goes for a lot of us. We that, like, you know, you and I, we went through the process of acknowledgement, repentance, turn away from, i.e. change. But first you have to acknowledge that there's something wrong that you need to change.
Yep. And we came up with that.
Right.
The shows that we watched, most of the family dynamics, the situations, it was always a problem. Someone always had to be checked. Someone always had to be held accountable. There was consequences behind whatever was happening. And fast forward to now, you can't tell nobody nothing. They fighting, pulling wigs off, it's going down. It's a whole different dynamic with the images that we see. What you think about that?
True. Totally different from when we were, growing up and seeing the different types of images and stuff like that. But I have to believe that there is something inside of each one of us to let us know. So it has to be something, or unless your consciousness is just wax cold to say this doesn't feel right. But a lot of people just ignore that little thing on the inside saying no, don't do that. But then they end up doing it anyway. They just ignore it. I cannot believe that everybody is just wax cold, sealed with a hot iron. You know what I mean? I don't know. You cannot say, with all of the technology and the Google and the YouTube and the Patreon and all these websites and things, you can't use that as an example, as a cop out anymore. I don't know better, because I can put hashtag wife school in YouTube and all kinds of channels will show up. Yep. I can put hashtag submission in Google or whatever, and all kinds of things will show up. So we cannot all the time use the notion of there's no examples, or there's no I wasn't learned or whatever or shown, when we have the technology age where you can learn, you can learn anything, everything on YouTube. I taught myself how to do so much from YouTube.
Okay.
I taught myself how to change the light bulb on a car. I taught myself. I made a desk by myself. I YouTubed it.
Yeah.
So we can't always use that whole thing, blaming it on what we didn't see or what we're seeing, because Google it.
Yeah. Not just that, sis, they ain't got no thirst.
Exactly.
They have the thirst for the knowledge, the thirst to read the book, want to get new recipes and learn something and be a wife. They're not interested in it.
They want the easy way for everything.
They want a way they think is easy.
Microwave generation.
Oh yeah. Instant gratification.
Yes.
Look at M. Mills. Appreciate you, M. Mills. She said, I have to adjust my attitude on a regular basis. Appreciate that, sis. Absolutely. I don't think that's the problem. Women don't want to. I hear that a lot. You got to handle me. You got to, all of this crap is bull crap. It's just nonsense. And, they know some men are going to deal with that, but it's not going to be a good pick. So, that's kind of on them. Their consciousness is lacking. We on Lock Nation checked in. Welcome, brother. It's funny. Men talk about the same issues about women. Interesting. Oh, yeah. This is Shame Sunday. Our neighborhoods are falling apart. And if they're being ran by women, who else to blame? I can't keep blaming y'all. Y'all not around, right? This is what the women are saying. So we have full responsibility of our children, our homes, their schooling, their upbringing, what they see. So a lot of this is our fault. 25, 30, I'm 45. So, it's been a lot of mothers doing a lot of raising of all the children. And a lot of us ain't did a good job and won't own up to that shit. So we sending out poor adults that lack consciousness into the community to cohabitate with other people. And we bringing these children into the world. So this is what we got. Shoosh. And Mills. The Bible says harden. The Bible says harden not your heart to the Holy Spirit. Thank you.
Exactly. Yep.
We appreciate y'all popping in. Welcome, welcome. Donique is in the building. Correction, the stand in front of the microwave.
Right? and watch the microwave cook.
Ooh, Unique, you
Right,
say that. Our third child about to be 17, and we got rid of microwaves when I was pregnant with that one. So we went many years without a microwave. Ain't that something? Now we like popcorn, so we need the microwave. Sorry, y'all. Mr. He said chimed in. He said, indeed, we on Lock Nation, we just have to see eye to eye about family we want because we all want the same things. It's true. The basic things we absolutely want. All right. We on Lock Nation chimed in. He said, then in my opinion, it all goes back to the beginning, which is yourself. Fix the household within you before you can help anyone else. Absolutely. And we all out here, little kids, traumatized, getting with other adults thinking they supposed to fix us. But we have no clue who we are. So shame. It's a damn shame.
Shame.
All right. Mr. He said chimed in. He said possessions is 9/10 of the law. Yes, water them flowers. Just water them flowers and help them grow. That's right.
That's right.
But like you said, it's a lack of thirst because the information is out there.
And that's why they looking dry. They ain't thirsty.
They thirsty.
All dried up from the root.
To lead you to the well, but you got to drink it.
What that old saying said, you can lead a horse to the well, but you can't make him drink.
No, you can't. I try to push my cat face to the water all the time. Drink this water, man. You just be like, whatever.
Like, I don't want that. That water got COVID in it.
That's why we keep having UTI.
You're like, that water got COVID in it. I don't want that water.
With women's bad attitudes any longer because they have. And this is why it's gotten worse because a lot of them have. Whether it was to just get into pants, to have a home to stay, to get fed, whatever. They was dealing with all the cantankerous, the nasty, the dirty houses and all that. So these women think they the shit. And then they raise their girls up in that and their children up in that. And they think it's okay. Right? If she had somebody was loving up on her, even if it didn't last. So our men are to blame a little as well by, letting these women, putting these people on pedestals, creating the delusion that they are the shits and they're not.
Right.
And then be mad later because they didn't turn out to be what you wanted. Like, you don't clean house, you don't cook no food, you don't want to take care of the kids, but I'm here dicking you down. Wait. Give y'all a little blame in that. I'm just saying. But still, ladies, we give access, man. It's important. Even if a man is not around, a clean house, nourishment, and the willingness to learn something is important, period.
Right.
All right. She in the grocery store. Girl, what you getting?
What you getting?
What you cooking tonight?
What you got going on tonight?
Put a little flavor packet on it. Some salad. Got some tater salad in there too. Ooh. That was from yesterday, so the flavor done soaked in. Ooh.
Yeah, see, these they don't know nothing about that. Like the next day. That's when the flavors is like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I say it tastes better the next day.
Yes.
All right. Donique, salute, Mr. He said. There's a generation that watch complete meals and a generation that was not supposed to stand close to it, but eat the food from it. It's different. It's definitely different. We might need to get back to the old. Everybody's being so resistant to change. We hurting out here because now we don't take care of our elders. PSA, if you have a sensitive heart to the elders, you might want to not watch this.
Special dual track challenge. Teams will be evaluated each week on a modified scale.
Emily, what do you need now, honey?
Successful
What you need?
Will you hand me my cosmetic case over here?
You can't reach that.
No, I can't.
Really?
I can't. I'll call out.
Okay, do you see that I'm trying to work? And you have called me in here 4 times for nothing. Just crap.
Thank you.
You see that I'm busy, but you don't.
Yeah, that was short. You know, it's more to that. Shame. Shame. And I say that because these are our elders. And they're in these homes. And these people are working there. And they do not care about your family. They do not care about your loved one.
They surely don't.
You need to check on your people. Yeah, grades. Go ahead, sis.
Ooh, this hits personally, and it makes me very, very angry. You know, my mom was, you know, battling her illnesses, and this was like back in 2016. She had a surgery, and you know they take them to the nursing home you know, get well or whatever. Like it's like post after they have like a big surgery or something like that, and you know. Thank God for my dad being very diligent of going up there every day to check on my mom and sit with her and stuff, you know, after he got off work. Because my mom would have passed away way back in 2016. These people literally did not check on her for hours and hours. And my dad got there and he was like, you know, he noticed that she just wasn't looking good. And they were like, oh, you know, the doctor said she's fine or whatever. But he could tell that something wasn't right. And, you know, he told me, he was like, if y'all don't send her to the hospital right now, you going to have a lawsuit on your hands and my wife died. And, you know, after he finished, you know, ranting, raving and stuff, so they finally gave in. Now, you know, sepsis kills you, you know.
Yes, absolutely. My father had it.
And the doctor literally told my dad, you know, if they did not bring her here, she would have died within a couple of hours. Now, if my dad was not diligent in taking care, you know, going up there and making sure she's there, making sure she had her medicine, making sure that her wounds were, you know, taken care of, she would have been gone a long time ago. Then, you know, when I got here, I was like a soldier. You hear me? Let me tell y'all something.
Child.
I didn't play. I had a whole big old binder, baby. I can't look. When they heard them heels coming through that hallway, they knew I was coming up in there. I wanted to know when she ate, what was her vitals at every time they went. I wanted to print out for the whole day. I called when I was at work. I would pop up unexpectedly. Don't just go up there when they know you're coming. Pop up unexpectedly and see what happens. And see, you know, how they're treating your people. Because these people don't care. Those people, your elderly people that's in these homes, that they are just a number.
Right.
They are not a person. I have seen some things when I had to be an advocate for other people's family members.
Yes.
Because I saw the treatment that they were getting. People were sitting in feces and diapers that hadn't been changed all day because the little CNA people, they just want to play all day. People, don't leave your family members in that place and think that people taking care of your family.
Yep.
They do not care. It is just a paycheck for them. I was a drill sergeant, baby. They were so happy when my mom got up out of there. I didn't play. No, we're not doing this.
Right.
You have to, because I have seen one nurse hit one of the residents. She didn't see me, but I saw her. And I made sure she got fired.
Good job. I got a couple people fired in my day. I sat on boards like that. My boards were more for the people with developmental disabilities. Were pretty much thrown out to the wolves as trash, had no family. So, this board was created to protect them, have valued outcomes, so you were like a mother manager of the home, and people came in and helped. It was 24-hour care, and, it still exists, of course. So ARC, shout out to y'all, Clinton County and Franklin County, upstate New York. So, you see a lot. People come in with good intentions, wanting to help and assist. The job gets stressful, whatever the case may be. Everybody deals with their own demons and, trauma, whatever the case may be. It's not a job for everybody.
Exactly. And people, one thing about us is a lot of times, especially these young people, they think, okay, it's going to be an easy paycheck. It's a big paycheck, being a nurse or, being in the medical field in some type of way. They think it's, it's the money. But if you don't have a nurturing personality or spirit, you get desensitized to people. You may start off like, oh yes, I'm loving, caring for people, whatever, but you get desensitized then you just turn off, and then you just, I'm just here for a paycheck. So when you start getting that mindset, I'm just here for a paycheck, then you start mistreating people and not doing your job correctly.
Yeah, it's kind of the mindset now of our modern women. We lack nurturing. So you think over the years, a lot of our elders have been sent to homes. That wasn't a thing back in the day. The elders stayed with the family till they were ready to go to their maker. The family took care of that, and they cared for that elder.
Exactly.
So it's our fault. Shame. Shame. What can I say? Family, that's our duty, our responsibility. Them people, we can't, some of us don't even know the stories of the sacrifices and the challenges that they went through for us to be here. And then we hand them over to somebody else.
Yes, indeed.
It's horrible. Shame to y'all.
And that's one thing I thank God, and I'm trying not to be emotional. God knew why I needed to come back to Baltimore. I was able to take my mom out of there and take care of her until she closed her eyes.
Yes. I appreciate you.
That's one of the
OG Dad appreciates you. Caleb appreciates you.
I'm so happy that I was able to let her go home in peace with Dad right there beside her.
That's right. She did her job with you. It was your duty.
And never, because when she was having trouble, they wanted to take her out of the home. They was like, well, we can take her there and we can suction her out there. And I was like, no, nope, just do whatever you can right here. Because I did not want her to leave this earth alone. We were right there. And
that's
the thing,
beautiful.
And what is the most beautiful part is, I was laying with her, and when they start to get the death rattle, and I was like, it was starting to become real now, and I know she was about to go. And my dad was in the kitchen, just getting himself together, And I thank God that I am spiritual enough to recognize the voice of God. And the Spirit told me, go get your dad. So I went and got my dad. And as soon as I got my dad, and came in, and for some reason, everybody just wanted to leave out the room. And when my dad was able to lay down beside her and whisper in her ear, told her that he loved her and kissed her, as soon as he did that, she took her last breath. It was like she was waiting for my dad.
Yes.
And I thank God that I was able to listen to the voice of God, because if I was selfish, I would have just stayed there with her, and missed that opportunity for my dad. My dad would have missed that opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yep.
To be able to be there, and she waited for him and she passed with a smile on her face. That's what you want for your elders, not
Right.
stuck in somebody's hospital and passing away from home. We've
Mhm.
gotten so used to not the family structure is so different now that the young people are just hey, I'm on my own, forget about mom and dad, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's no closeness anymore, none of that. So they put them in the homes, and I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. I gotta work. I gotta do this. It's
Right.
like, because look, let me be honest. It's not an easy thing. It's very hard, because it's like you taking care of a baby, all because
Yeah.
they lose their
It
senses.
revert back to being a
You know,
baby. Absolutely.
yeah. Because my mom, she had Alzheimer's, and so it was like I was
Mhm.
taking care of another kid.
Right.
They have no patience
Mm-mm.
for that. That's why they do that. They like, let me put them to the nurse and let them do it. But to know that I don't think I could live with myself and know my mom passed away in a room by herself. Nobody there to kiss her goodbye or hold her hand as she transitioned.
Mm.
But these people, their hearts are so cold. I just don't understand.
Me neither. My situation with my father is a little different. He was an absent father. But it was a blessing to grow up with his family. He's a sibling of 10. So I grew up close with his family. I knew him, but we didn't have the father-daughter relationship. I have 4 brothers. So he has 5 children. And he was dying of pancreatic cancer. Forgiveness came later, in my late 30s or whatever the case may be. So just me. So to have to, take care of all his needs was very challenging. So it really shows the deep embedded empathy that I have and the nurturing quality. Get his situation together and make sure he was comfortable. He didn't want to be in a home, so I made provisions for him to have hospice in his apartment in the hood and all of that. Made sure all of that was taken care of. In the end, he was dying of sepsis as well. So, maybe the last 2 weeks, I think he spent in like a nursing home or whatever, but I was frequently calling. They were frequently calling me. So, it just shows that, forgiveness, the nurturing qualities, like you said, is kind of absent.
Yeah, it
Could have just left him to rot. It wouldn't have done good for my soul, like you said. Even though he wasn't the father that I needed and wanted, I'm still who I am because of him.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I think the lack of reflection on us as people is a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
And it's interesting that a lot of the women, where, when we talk about femininity, our hearts go out to you, Emil's your father. She said her father passed away last
Rest in peace, Pops.
When we're talking about women not having the, femininity, and those are some of the characteristics of being a feminine woman, and they don't have those anymore. That nurturing, that caring, that, you know what I mean? So it's like it's though, and I think that's probably was one of the reasons, women are not walking in their divine femininity anymore.
It's not praised. I think the point of battling with the men with the double standards became such an issue that, the modern women want to be men. They want to be men. I mean, we see
that's what we talked about Sunday. Yeah. I mean, Friday, they want to be equal to men in every way, in every shape and form. They want to be equal.
So, What did brother say? I seen him say something up here. I appreciate that. We on Lock Nation. He said, you sound like a very powerful, persistent type of person. Why don't you and 3 others get together and talk about the same issues if you haven't already? I love how a man comes in and tries to tell us what to do. I appreciate you, brother. But
we already doing that, baby.
We already been doing it. You can watch more. You can go run over to Red Lipsticks Vibe podcast and hit that subscribe button. You can also go to Harris Tribe Media Group. He said, she said Love and Abundance and hit that subscribe button. You can also join
Value Wives. Go over there and hit her up too.
Yeah, you can also join Mr. He Said's Barbershop Pod on Saturdays. He has his own as well. You can go subscribe there. We have High Value Wives. She also has her own page. You can go and subscribe there. So, it's been going down. I have to say I'm one of them women who is I'm pro man. Doesn't mean I hate.
We pro brothers over here.
I'm pro brother. I just have so many brothers, and their brothers are my brothers. My husband's brothers are my brothers. So I have an abundance of brothers, and I'm in the fight for them. It shouldn't even be a fight, but I understand, and I would like for other women to begin to understand as well. It's not that damn hard.
It surely isn't.
We want to be understood and accepted and appreciated and respected, and they do too. And we're on the one side of it where we want it, but we don't want to give it.
Exactly.
So that's the dynamic that needs to change. We need to be willing to allow them to be fathers. Like, you shouldn't have a right to take that away. That's not okay. So when we say my body, my choice, to a degree, you wouldn't have that creation in there without me. Man, male, semen. So we kind of neglect the fact that it takes y'all for us to create. Even if it comes from a bank, still comes from you. So we need to get to a point where we're pointing out the basic levels of respect in each other and our differences. And we really have to gain that and understand that we're different. We think different, we move different, and the women need to really start to begin to respect that, especially if you are considering a heterosexual marriage type long-term relationship. A man is not a woman. And if you want him to be, shame on you.
Amen to that.
Tell us what it means to be a woman or how it feels to be a woman. So how dare me tell him what he is to be as a man? We the ones that need to know the green flags, know what's good characteristics in a man, not what's in his pocket, not how big his thing is. So, we have to show more discernment. So, this pod, Red Ties pod, we're focused on that. So you're welcome to pop up anytime and check us out, because it'll always be these types of conversations. It's not a man bashing show by no means. It's not a woman bashing show. This is a woman awareness show. It's like being a damn alcoholic. You don't know you are until you hit rock bottom. Ladies, we at rock bottom. What you think, sis?
Oh, sis, we should have a Hoes Anonymous club. We just
Hoes, if you need help.
Hoes Anonymous club.
EFIW. Ooh.
Yes.
Go from a 304 to an EFIW.
Okay, we're gonna
join us.
What is the little saying that they say? The 4, the 5, 6, 7 steps to get out of whoredom. Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me.
So 5 steps.
Yeah, right.
4 steps. 4 steps past love and 3 wishes. Right? Happy Sunday, y'all. Y'all know we got to get off and get ready to go cook some food.
That's for sure, because I got my meat marinating, so I need to put it in the oven now.
All right, just one last.
Okay.
I mean, I think I'm gonna keep it on Shame Sundays because it's just always so much. You see, it's spelled wife backwards. You want to go from a 304, right, which means hoe, to an EFIW, wife.
Okay.
Y'all don't think it's possible, but with changed behavior comes success. So, it's possible.
It's
I'm just
possible.
saying. But you got to do the work.
Right.
You got to know you're wrong. You gotta know change. It is what it is. Because men go through whole phases too. But women, we shouldn't be out there aspiring to be a hoe and then want to turn around and be a wife. That's the thing, right?
Right.
You don't want to lead with that holdism and then like, oops, you know what? I'm 32. I think I want to be a wife now. No. Let's be conscious about that. And if the first marriage don't work, then get another one. Shit. Y'all know what it is. Nobody's telling anybody to stay in a horrible union.
Right.
So show discernment. Pick well. Look for those green flags. Maybe next week, that'll be my solution. We still going to talk about some shame, but I'm going to really go hard on them green flags to give y'all a blueprint because we don't know. All I hear is red flags. Man, I don't want, and I don't want.
Yeah.
Men have that too. And they don't want a 304 and they don't want a cantankerous ass woman. They don't want somebody who's uncooperative. They don't want to fight.
Right. Peace. They want peace.
Right. They don't want no damn puppy to just follow them, but they want someone that's going to kick back and inspire them. Think about it.
Amen.
You should be his inspiration, not his dread. Don't want to come home. Right? So until next time, Shame Sundays, y'all. It's going down. Miss Ty, I appreciate you and love you, sister.
You know it, sis.
Y'all better go over and like and subscribe. And when we coming on?
Tuesday. And then Wednesday. And then, Friday.
Tuesday, we get some knowledge from the law enforcement. Wednesday is ladies. We be talking some mess. Friday, we got
Sister Code. And then we have the brothers at night.
And then we got the brothers at night. So, y'all pop in anytime. Appreciate everybody checking in. OG Patrice checked in. We appreciate you. My girl Karma's in the Karma Coleon. Go on YouTube and check out Karma Coleon. She's an underground artist, underrated, positive, uplifting, no kind of twerking, drop down and give me
drop down, get the eagle on.
Yeah, right. So, y'all go check out, subscribe to her page too. OG is in the building. We appreciate you, love. We on lock. We appreciate you popping in, sir. Love and abundance. I love y'all. Y'all take care, all right? Enjoy y'all dinner. Take care of your families. Be kind to somebody that's not you.